Hello, my courageous Capricorn, and welcome to your monthly general reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance, please do check out your moon reading, your abundance reading, and your love reading that are up on my channels. Otherwise, please do like, subscribe, share, and do hit that notification bell. I will be going to Europe next week, and I hope to do some short cards, maybe a single card here or there, at least with some lovely backgrounds of possibly the fjords, London, Scotland, things like that, maybe that you will at least enjoy that, hopefully. But otherwise, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on your monthly reading. Here we are doing a past, present, future spread, so do remember that time is fluid in tarot, so you may still be in the past portion, or you may be through almost all of the present portion and into the future. We will also be getting some from the psychic decks, some clarifiers towards the end. So let's see what we've got going on for you here. All right, it does look like we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and then the 6 of Pentacles. So I do feel like you've gone from a place of kind of really struggling with finances, possibly. Maybe you had lost a job, maybe you had really taken some financial hits, possibly from, like, you know, emergency expenses, illnesses, things like that, to where you have kind of been able to recoup in a much better place. Because I see here you are able to kind of be back in balance financially. You're able to be a little bit more giving to those around you, those you love. Maybe able to kind of take vacations for your kids, maybe get them some things, different things like that that you weren't for a while. So I feel like you are on the right track, being able to do a lot more. With the Knight of Cups coming in, I do feel like also you have more opportunities continuing to flow in. So this may be an opportunity for a job, and that may be, you know, this connection may have been one that has helped you to kind of progress financially, or this could be an opportunity for somebody with a relationship situation. So maybe you've gotten somebody you've met recently, somebody new that you're interested in has come into the picture recently, and they may be somebody that's also kind of helped you with this financial situation also, and that may be what we're dealing with here. So take that as it resonates, but I definitely see that you have someone who's kind of come in as a facilitator to, you know, kind of, I see the improvement. So let's just put it that way. Now let's see where you are presently. So I see the 5 of Cups, which lets me know that, you know, you did leave some things behind. So I feel like with your improvement, you may have had to make detachments. Okay, so possibly maybe you left a relationship, maybe you left a job, maybe you had to separate from a job, you lost a job, something like that. You know, maybe things didn't work out, you know, with someone, and, you know, by splitting you kind of lost ground, lost footing. But I do feel like, you know, you have had some lamenting here. You feel like you know, you've lost some connections, but also some people feel like maybe you have kind of turned your back on them a bit. And this is further kind of solidified with the World in reverse card, because I do feel like what's happening here is like, this is a situation where you are not able to bring something to fruition, right? You haven't been able to complete something in a successful way that you have been kind of working on, or that you were hoping for. So if this was a relationship back here, for example, that you were really hoping would be the one, right? You had big plans, big future plans, that this was going to be like your end all be all, you know, this was my grow old together. But, you know, you had to end up severing that, and it took you back, right? Financially, emotionally, physically, all of that. You know, you've finally been able to kind of come back in balance with somebody's help, you know, but you have some lamenting going on here. But at the same time, it's left an open situation there for you, right? So now you've kind of got some unfinished business, right? And the same thing for those of you, some that may have been, this is a job situation, perhaps, you know, you were really working towards a certain goal in a position, a job, financial career, you know, anything like that, education, whatever it may have been, that required you to have to take a step back, again, because of maybe unforeseen circumstances, health issues, a split up, you know, whatever it may have been. I do feel like that because of this separation, because of these issues, because of whatever, it's caused you to have some unfinished business, right? So let's see. Ace of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like you have your Ace of Swords energy, though. You're ready to go at it. And I feel like this is really a lot attributed to this Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups, I do feel, is pivotal for you, okay? I feel like this person is more than someone who is just a conduit to get you to a new position or a new opportunity. I feel like this might be somebody who is going to be pivotal going forward in your story here. But for whatever reason, I do feel like you have really kind of turned things around, both financially and emotionally, because you are really, I definitely see that this is your energy. And I feel like this unfinished business is letting you know that you are ready to go at it full bore, because you cannot stand this unfinished business, right? I don't care whether it's like you needed to finish a school, you know, an educational situation, or a certification of some sort, or, you know, a work project that you wanted to, you know, a level at work, something like that, a raise you were trying to get, or a promotion or something. You want that position, right? It's unfinished business. You wanted to achieve a certain level, family, kids, home, whatever. You're ready. You're back on point. You're ready to go after it. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so again, I feel like this is something where you're not willing to accept this. Okay, you're not willing to accept this, working, struggling, working day in, day out, kind of just clanging, banging at the same type of job, right? You are Ace of Swords energy. You are kind of feeling like you are beyond that, right? You've been beyond that. You've had it, you've lost it. You're not going to have less than what you've had before. That's kind of how I feel about it. So I feel like at some point you've had big ambitions, big dreams. Potentially you've had it right in the palm of your hand, for many of you. But for whatever reason, you've had to take steps back. And I feel like you're just not willing to settle. And you look at this as kind of like, this is like a settling card for you almost. So you're like, I'm not doing that. This is a no-go on that. I refuse to kind of just do a 9 to 5, you know, working on the low-level ladder, or starting as a, you know, trainee again. I'm just not doing that. I'm an Ace of Swords, and I'm going in hard and heavy, and I'm going to, you know, this dream of my successful world completion dream is going to come to fruition. So let's see how we have you progressing throughout the month, next month, maybe even into the summer, you know, ending of summer, that kind of thing, going forward. So we have the 6 of Cups in reverse, and that's kind of letting me know that, you know, I feel like this is something that is going to be new, right? You're going with something new. So this person is somebody new for you that's really pivotal in this situation. This is not somebody from your past. You're not taking back somebody old, for sure. You aren't, you know, it's not somebody that you've had dealings with in the past. You know, so I feel like this, again, I feel like this Knight of Cups and this person may very much be the same, one and the same. I do feel like this is pivotal. You know, I felt like this from jump, that this was a pivotal person in your situation, in your story. And I feel like this is a person that's going to continue to be pivotal for you, a support system. And I do feel like more than that, kind of like a romantic situation for sure. But I do feel like they all kind of start back here, and they kind of go through this with you. And that's what's really giving you this strength of the, you know, when you're kind of in love, when you're starting a new relationship, when you're starting that new feeling with somebody completely new. Again, not somebody old, not going back, but somebody completely new. You kind of have that Ace of Swords type of, you know, that energy you're vibing, right? So I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. And then we have the Justice card in reverse. So I feel like it's just kind of like, well, really and truly, I don't feel like this is something that's, it's not that it's a miscarriage of justice. I don't think it's anything that's misjustice, but I do think that there's going to be some, you know, I feel like there's going to be, I don't want to say betrayal. I don't want to say that, because that's not what I feel like. But I feel like there's going to be some things that are misleading, okay? I just want you to be very careful here. I feel like there's going to be some things that are misleading to you. I don't know that it's particularly with this person in a way that's very bad. I just feel like maybe there are some things that are misleading about this person. Maybe they, and it may be something very small. Let's get another clarify, you know. Okay, 7 of Swords. So that's in reverse. So I feel like this is something where, you know, So I feel like you're able to kind of really, you know, you're kind of stuck a little bit on this. So whatever this is, whatever this feeling is here, whether it is betrayal, whether it is they lied to you about something, whether there is something that's off or that you find out isn't the case about this person, which again, I feel like this and this person are the same, one and the same. I feel like you're really kind of stuck on it. It's not something that you can kind of just pick up and move away from because you really do like this person, but you're really also not willing to just kind of like leave it and go on with them either, right? You're kind of like hung up on it. So let's see. Okay, 3 of Wands in reverse. So you're not surveying it either. It's not something that you're just contemplating, thinking about. You know, you are really kind of almost peeved off, okay? You're in a kind of pissed sort of way about this. So I feel like they've misled you in some way. And what the vibe that I'm kind of getting, to be honest with you, is that this person may not have been completely out of their past relationship. Like maybe they were separated, or maybe they were like on the verge of a divorce, but it wasn't finalized. Maybe something like that. So it's not something that is going to prohibit you from moving forward with this person, but it's something that you are really upset that they didn't divulge to you, okay? I really feel like that's kind of something that is, because you're hung up on it, but you're not willing to leave them over it. It's not something that's going to be like, you know, where they're still married and you cannot go on with them, or it's not something that's a deal breaker to the point where you're ready to leave them. I don't see anything like that, but I do feel like it's something you're really peeved over, right? You're really, they're going to tell, you know, and the 2 of Wands. So yeah, you have, it's a decision, okay? So, you know, it could be that this is a decision that you have to make whether to stay or go. But to be honest with you, in all honesty here, from everything I feel about this, I feel like you already know that you're not gonna go, right? You just want them to understand that that is unacceptable behavior. You don't have any room for somebody who's going to lie to you, who's not going to be truthful, because I feel like part of this back here, this step back here, this taken aback was, you know, somewhat related to you being kind of screwed over before, honestly, treated poorly before, and you're just not going to tolerate that again. You know, you're this Ace of Swords energy and you're not having it, but you're also kind of, you know, gung-ho too, that you're not, you know, you're kind of stubborn too, and that you're not going to leave this. But so this kind of is leading me to believe that they have a decision to make, right? So for them, this could be something where, you know, they lied about something that, you know, maybe they did have an ex that they were still talking to. Again, not married, not something that's going to prohibit you from being together, but it's like, okay, you know, I didn't know you guys were still in contact. I didn't know you guys were still on good friend terms. This person obviously likes you. It's either you stop talking to them completely, or you and I are done. You know, this is like almost like I feel like you're going to give them an ultimatum and they're going to have to make a decision, because you're not even surveying it. You're mad. You're laying the law down. And I do feel like that's what this justice is. It's like you're doling out the justice rather than receiving the justice, because of a betrayal type situation. And I feel like that's what's going on here, is that you're really going to lay down the law and you're like, no, listen, it's like this ultimatum situation. But I do feel like they're going to absolutely choose to do what's best for you, because I feel like from jump they've been a catalyst that's kind of been there for you throughout. They've made you feel like you can take on the world and finalize this. They've given you that kind of feeling of strength and stability. And, you know, I do feel like you already know something about you, and you has let you know that you already know that this person's not somebody that you would walk from. So I think that in itself says a lot. I think they probably feel the same. But then again, you know this person more than I do as to how they might deal with an ultimatum too. So what I would just say to that is be careful how you approach it based on how well you know them and what they tend to do, or how they tend to respond to certain ways. Because from the vibe I'm getting here is you are angry, And I don't want you with this kind of strong Ace of Swords energy. I don't want you to fly off at them if they're a person who tends to shut down if you come at them too strong, and then you end up kind of cutting your nose off to spite your face, right? So kind of just make sure that you are being smart in the way that you approach it, because I can tell that everything about this is kind of letting me know that you really do want to be with this person, I think, and I don't want you to kind of burn yourself there. Let's see what we got here. So, all right, so let's see. We have passion ignited. And I think that's absolutely what's happening here with this Knight of Cups. Like I said, I feel like you are very passionate about this person. I feel like you very much like this person. I feel like with this person, you feel you're stronger than ever. Ace of Swords energy can take on the world and finalize any plans you've ever had or wanted to have. I just feel like that you are drawing strength, passion, everything from this person. You are not willing to let them go. You might be peeved as all get out, and it may even be because of a jealousy issue. And it may be something you're not used to. You're not a jealous type person typically, but this time you're like, oh, no, right? So you kind of just have to be kind of careful. I think really kind of think through how you want to handle it, because you don't want to cut your nose off to spite your face there again. Like I said, obstacles and challenges. And again, you know, like I said, I feel like you've gone through some obstacles and challenges here with people that have kind of left you, you know, feeling like either they feel like that you've been left behind, or you feel like you've lamented over some of it. And that's what led you to these issues back here. But also you don't want to get yourself in a situation where you feel like you're in a cruddy, position job-wise or life-wise, where you feel like you're just kind of trudging through, right? You don't want that. You don't want those obstacles and challenges. You want things that you enjoy, that you love, and that are going to complete your circle of life here in the world, the circle of life, on your ace. So you've got that Ace of Swords energy, and you are going to try to overcome all of these obstacles and challenges. And I think that's not a problem. I think you, with this passion ignited, you are ready to go and really dominate. I think you can, no problem. But I do think that you are able to find out some things here intelligently. You know, some miscarriages of justice or betrayal perhaps, or maybe a lie. It could even just be like a little white lie, but because of your history, or because of the fact that you're so sensitive, because you are so interested in this person, because of different factors, you may tend to take it harder than you might normally. And I do think that the best thing here, the psychic deck is telling you to do, is really just use your head and stay cool, right? Play it by the best way that you can, specific to the situation, right? Because, you know, you may want to absolutely be explosive. You may want to take your Ace of Swords energy and just start swinging it, right? But you start letting heads roll, and, you know, what's that going to leave you, right? That's not what you want. So you want to be very, I guess, probably the best thing is to be like just kid gloves with this in a way that is going to be most suited to get the response that you want, okay? So use all of your mental tools at your disposal to do that, if you will, because I do feel like there's a lot of potential here for you, especially with this person. You are, you know, building your way through a positive movement. You are on your way to completing this world cycle, whatever that is to you, whether it is a job cycle, whether it's a relationship cycle, whether it's both, you know, building a nice sound career and home life and all of that you were really working on and felt you got cut off at the knees back here somewhere, and now you're back on track. I feel like you're really well on your way. Don't let something small like this derail you, if it is indeed something that seems to be kind of small. I mean, I'm not seeing major tower energy, devil energy. You know, I'm not seeing that kind of stuff. I'm seeing this more like kind of like a, you know, a mistruth or something that, you know, and it may be very big to you. Perception is reality, of course. So yes, but is it very big to you because you care so much about this person and because of what you've been through? You know, because perception is a big deal. Think about it. Or is it very big in the scheme of things, you know, is it worth losing the person over? And for most of you, I'm not getting the feeling that it is. I think you already know you're not surveying this. I think you're already past the decision that you want to keep them. I think you're not, you know, you're already past the decision and you're surveying it. You're ready, you past that, you're moving on. You're ready to, you know, it's more like, I'm putting this on you. You're going to decide that you want to do the right thing from now on and handle this the proper way to be with me, because this is how it's going to be. It's more like setting a bar for the future of your relationship, and I think that's not a bad thing. So I hope this did resonate with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, all that other great stuff, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.